get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Start my day. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, I can smell the smoke from the bacon. Let's go, see the sun shining from the windows. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Drink some water, brush my teeth. Get out of bed and I stretch. Bed in my hair is a mess. Look through my clothes for a fit. Anything I do is drip. Feel like a kid when I'm tick-tocking. I still keep it real as it is. I show my age, I don't switch often. I'm just as a dad as it gets. Try taking naps with my kids talking. I'm guessing this life how it is. And I can't wait for the weekend. Keep jammies on like I'm a kid. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, I can smell the smoke from the bacon. Let's go, see the sun shining from the windows. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Feel good, feel great, can't complain. Look out my window, see birds and planes. Sun's out, some clouds, it might rain. Siblings on my nerves again. Summertime, go for a swim. Wintertime, go grab a sled. Spring, I might need an umbrella. Fall back in school with my friends. Attitude change like the weather. My mom tell me it never ends. Like clocks, we evolve in a circle. Every 12 months we do it again. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, get up, stretch my.
Oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the lab.
I was going to say the lab, but you got me.
Well, you know, I'm bringing out
What's going on, man? How you doing, brother?
All right, I'm good. All right. Yeah, folks, sorry we had to start just a little bit late today. Life gets in the way sometimes, but you got to do what you got to do. Appreciate everyone still coming in and joining us. But, you know, the show must go on. Right, I see folks coming in. What's up? What's up, Miss Williams in the building? Let me go ahead and get these comments right. Man, Tallboy, every time I keep looking at you, and man, your camera is on point, brother. Your camera is.
Man, it's not me, man. What up, Sammy? What up, Rich Vibes? What up, Hit the Spot 1006?
We got everyone in here.
The comments is coming fresh. Look, the comments is coming in fresh over here on my screen, and then over there on yours. I mean, you got all kind of. Who is that? Oh yeah, your lady, your eCam lady. Hey, what's her name? Miss Umpires, FH Umpires, Miss Laura.
You
How's my audio this week?
That's Keely, brother. You better get it right. She gonna come get
Keely
you.
Gonna get me right.
No, that's it's all love. It's all the family there. It's all the family. Sammy
Tell her
says
she comes to Atlanta. Look, we'll probably have to do lunch. It'll be on me, and I don't offer too many lunches, so she better jump on those.
Get her some crab legs or something like that?
No. We talking about Chipotle.
I love it. First and foremost, I want to say I'm just rocking some gear. Shouts out Preston. So Chief Everything Officer coming to you live with some of that Hicks New Media swag. And here we go. There we go. I'm like a walking billboard, aren't I?
So you have gear, is that correct?
Bro, I'm not playing. Look, I'm trying to be like Sammy the superstar. You know, he's the one that got me hooked up with the organization
Right.
from the Giddy Up. So yeah, we got
I'm coming. I'm
we
just
got
a
things.
little, yeah, I'm coming. I'm not gonna be as extravagant as you are, but
Yeah.
you out there, you got a whole store. I'm just trying to have like 1 or 2 items. I mean, you
Bruh,
got headbands, you got
let's hold on. Let's get focused, right? So I got some things, but Sammy just launched some overlays that he's selling too. So he's offering everything under the sun, digital assets, some actual physical gear too. So, man, it's time 2021. Let's make some things happen. Let's make some things happen.
right,
You know.
right. I'm with you.
All right. So since we started a half hour late, I will say that I've already done my stash investment. So I've already acquired my Pepsi Cola stock. So I'm 100% focused on you right now. So I won't be deviating in the middle of
Don't
the
be
show.
focused on me. You need to be focused on Jen. Don't be focused on me.
I'm
not that guy. But we need to go ahead and start talking this tech news.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? Where you want to start? Where you want to start?
There's a lot of mobile news this week that we're gonna be covering.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and go and get into the one that you brought up about phone batteries, things of that nature. I think that's a pretty good one right there. So give the folks a little insight in terms of ways of maintaining battery life on their mobile devices and some best practices, some tips and tricks kinds of things.
Got you. So this is my third LG V60, and before the screen got cracked, I was experiencing my battery draining, and I was like, "What am I doing why is my battery draining so fast?" And I didn't understand. Maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. Maybe it was just a bad phone. I didn't know what was going on, and I ran across this article, and I thought it was pretty cool. And they were saying that there were some reasons why your phone might be draining fast. And, they were basically saying devices get more energy efficient as batteries get larger, but battery life is still a concern for most users. Maybe that might be you, just like it is me. So if you are having problems with your phone and battery drainage, just type in me or raise your hand in the comments. But we're here to tell you some of the most common battery hogs in the smartphone world, and that could possibly be your screen, spotty service, the apps that are running in the background, how old is your smartphone, and other battery drainers. So let's go through them real quick.
Right. Yeah. And folks, this is across the board. So it's not just an iOS conversation here. So it's not just an Apple thing. This is for y'all Android people as well. But I think number 4 should be number 1, but I'm gonna leave you alone. I think the older your device is, the more prone you are to issues. But go ahead, brother.
All right. So the screen is the biggest battery hog since the modern smartphone came to be. Panels keep getting bigger, brighter, and more colorful, and as well as sporting higher definitions. We even have a large foldable phones like mine and dual screen devices. Though these improvements add to the general experience, they also make smartphones more power hungry. So the question is, how bright is your phone? So do you need to turn down that brightness down just a little bit? So basically, you might want to lower the screen battery. Lower the screen brightness, shall we say, and then that might be able to help you. What I did was nighttime mode.
Yeah.
And so basically when it starts to get dark or whatever the sunset time is, my phone goes into night mode now. So not sure, how that goes with you or how your phone goes, but, you might want to look into that. But before we do that, they're saying check your battery usage. So to do that, if you have an Android, I'm not sure how it works on your iOS. I think it's up on the screen. You open the settings app, select battery, hit the 3-dot menu, tap on battery usage. hit the 3-dot menu on the top right-hand corner, and then tap to show the full device usage. And then that will show you how much battery life you have left. All right. So that screen battery or screen brightness can kill your battery. So you might want to just think about just dropping down the drop down menu on your phone and just bring down that brightness, and that might save a little bit of the battery. I'm not saying it's going to help, everything is going to be the end all be all, but I think that would help you a lot. Okay. And this article,
I'm gonna interject because that's a statement for the young folks out there. Look, I didn't already hit 50 years old, brother, and I gotta have the light up as pretty bright for me. I don't need the the characters and the letters to be big yet, but I definitely need the brightness on my phone. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to keep it plugged in or something. I can't be lowering the brightness on my phone.
Here's some options here. There's some options. I think you have it on the screen. I said lower the screen brightness. You could reduce the screen refresh rate, which I know a lot of people are not going to do that, but some devices sport screens with higher refresh rates, and often you can customize this in the settings. I don't see you doing that. Reduce your auto lock times. Now, this is something that you can do. You know, you can reduce the auto lock times to ensure your screen isn't on, just waiting to possibly be used. So maybe set it for 2 minutes, set it for 5 minutes. You know, and instead of it just always being on, maybe even the 1 minute. I know 1 minute is too short for me, but you know, I think I got mine at either 2 or 5. I don't think a lot of people over 40 will have live wallpapers.
Watch it now. Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying live wallpapers. I mean, that's something that more of the youth would probably do. They look nice, but your phone essentially is playing a video at all times, and that's definitely going to kill your battery. Here's another one that you might want to think about. Use black wallpaper. So
I've got mine set for 2 minutes. I was just checking, but okay.
Yours is set for
2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes.
All right. Using black wallpaper is the most power efficient because the display doesn't have to activate those pixels. It's argued the difference isn't huge, but every bit of help is welcomed. So the second one could be spotty service. Now, to how the areas with bad cell phone reception are silent battery killers, which is even more annoying than not watching the latest pet videos. Your cell phone constantly communicates with nearby towers, trying to keep you connected with every second of the day. Sometimes it can't and will work extra hard to reach the network and get you back on the grid. So some of the things that you could probably do is switch your carrier. So, you know, I'm T-Mobile. It's great in metropolitan areas, but if you're somewhere in the suburbs or somewhere, you know, that's not, you know, because you're Verizon. So Verizon is big in your area, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been places where my T-Mobile service did not work at all until I got to the main road, and it, you know, that's spotty service. I wasn't able to get any messages. So, I mean, just depending on what area, you know, the carrier has, you know, that's key. So it's almost like you picking your internet service, whether it's Comcast, AT&T, or fiber, if you're lucky to get that. We're not going to talk about airplane mode or network extenders, signal boosters if you're probably out in the woods or something like that.
Yeah,
or you live out in the country.
those are off kind of other use cases, right? I think that a typical person should really focus on the other ones there. But you're right.
Number 3, apps and background services. Now this is going to probably be the one right here. Plenty of apps kill your battery without active usage. Applications like Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp are common ones. Communication services
all the
like
apps
these
we use all the time.
Keep you in touch with keep you in touch and updated all the time. This means the apps constantly operate in the background, using data, pulling your location, sending notifications, and more. Not to mention that we tend to spend a lot of time using them, whether you are endlessly checking your feed or messaging friends and family. Yeah. So maybe you want to keep your apps downloads to the minimal.
No.
Well, think about it. I
See,
mean,
I'm just interjecting. I'm really just trying to be that heckler in the back of the room right
no,
now.
but this is good. But I'm
you know,
giving you reasons why you should
true.
you should take
Gotcha.
some of these apps off because when you think about it, if you do like a disk clean or a phone clean, it'll say these are some of the apps that you're really not using.
True.
And so I
True.
had downloaded a few apps like Coinbase. I'm not even into crypto, but I
Mm-hmm.
have the Coinbase app. I'm not using it. Why
Mm-hmm.
do I have it on my phone? It was cool for the first day that I signed up, but I'm not using it. There's some other apps that's on my phone that I'm not using either, but I probably need to do that. Close your apps. So what you don't know is just because you backed out of the app does not necessarily mean
That's
that
a big one.
you closed out the app. So you may
Yeah.
want to go into your actual settings, and when you hit that back button, that did not close out. I have a home button. It's what is it? The home, the back, and what's the other button that they have on the phone? It's the fourth button or third button, but it's on my phone. I don't know if you can see it at the bottom. It's the fourth one right here underneath Chrome. If I hit this, it'll tell me all the apps that are running in my background. So just because I backed out of it does not necessarily. So right now I'm playing spades. I'm not playing spades, but it's still draining my battery right now. My Google Play is still running in my background. My email is still running in my background. My YouTube is still running in my background. So you might want to close out some of those apps that you have open in your background.
Yep.
So
Yep.
just think about that. Maybe this could help save some of your battery life. All right, moving on to number 4. How old is your phone?
I'm telling you, this should have been number one. This should be number one right here,
um,
folks. We're gonna get you to spend that money.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how old your phone is, basically how old is the battery. Smartphone batteries start to lose performance with time, and as well as with heat. And in fact, age is the primary reason for your battery life gets shorter as your phone gets older. And you already know a lot of these smartphone carriers, they want you to get the latest and greatest phone.
Mm-hmm.
They want to tell you everything about it. And if you're 2 years or older, it's time to upgrade. So I think Apple was guilty of, doing some, shutting down some services or, slowing down
Yeah.
some
No.
services or something like that.
Yeah, they got caught with their
So,
hands in the cookie jar and messing around, limiting capability on some older phones, and that was not a good look. It's true.
yeah. So the only bad thing with these smartphones now is they don't have the removable battery. So I think the
Yeah.
LG G5 was the last phone that had the removable battery. So basically you can't even change the battery. So your only other option is buy a new phone. So other battery problems and tips: think about your GPS, your Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. Think about your camera. Stay up to date with your software updates. And they're also recommending getting a portable charger. A good battery pack will keep your phone alive longer without keeping you tethered to a wall. So just think about that. Another thing that I've learned is don't go to bed with the phone on the charger because it's already at 100%. You're sleeping. Turn the phone off, put it on the charger, and then turn the phone off. Like when you wake up in the morning, when you're getting up
Yeah.
and go take your shower or whatever, turn that phone off, put it on the charger. It's going to charge faster from the time you get up to the time you walk out that door. You'll probably be at 100%, especially if you have one of those 25-watt smart. What is it? What's the new charger that they call it? The fast charger. So if
Yes.
you have one of those fast chargers, just turn your phone off when you get up in the morning. Let the phone, die out, or make sure all your apps are closed out, and then when you wake up in the morning, turn the phone off. It'll charge faster as opposed to it being on. I think that would be some great tips right there.
Look at you coming through, providing value
I'm
for
trying, man.
the listeners
I'm
and the
trying.
people on the
I'm
screen.
trying.
I'm trying to catch up with comments because we got some good comments. But look, everything you just said makes sense, right, folks? Stay up on your apps. Stay up on the release of the OS, iOS or Android. yeah, when you close out of an app, it's not really closed and it's still draining and it's using bandwidth, it's using resources. So just be cognizant of that. And also, just like Tallboy said, carry a portable charger with you, something, because you're going to need it. When we start traveling again and we're in the airport, I don't want to start seeing everyone sitting around a little power plug because they trying to charge up their phone. Be smart
I
about
just
it.
found a ticket from Boston to Portugal
Where
for
you going?
310 today.
You bought it, didn't you?
No, not
Where you
yet, but I
going?
might
Okay.
buy it tonight.
All right. Well,
But I
say
will have
this.
my portable chargers when I go over there. I will have my portable chargers when I go over there.
Well,
I'll tell
take.
you my favorite brand next show if I decide to buy the ticket. But keep
Okay.
on. Let's stay on topic.
Well, no, I was going to say save some money because you did get an acknowledgement of that lunch or dinner date here. So Keely's going to take you up on those crab legs. So don't want to
No,
be mad.
you said crab legs. I said Chipotle.
Yeah.
Don't be doing
Oh,
me, man. You get
okay.
that burrito bowl, and
And,
we're gonna talk about it.
and Tammy gonna cook for us, so it's all gonna be good. It's all gonna be good. I see
Yeah,
some other
there you
folks
go.
in the building. Bishop, we see you, sir. Appreciate you.
Oh,
Blessings to
shout out to the
you as
bishop.
well.
He was right
Yes.
there in the clutch for me, trying to get into the back room, the green room over here.
Okay.
Bishop was clutch.
Yeah, Bishop a
Clutch.
bad
We
man
got to
when it
get the
comes
bishop
to
on. Yeah, we got to get Bishop on here to talk tech.
what was it? VMix that we working with? We were up with the. Let me tell y'all something. Bishop had us up at 3 o'clock in the morning, his time, working through some VMix call issues. We called Sammy, we called the Bishop, and we finally got some things going. But it's all
This
right.
is all
It's,
when we first started. Yes, sir. Yes,
man.
sir. When we
So
first started.
we go back. Brother Worthy, I see you in the building. You see the swag, man. I appreciate you too, sir. Get in touch with Sylvia and Andrew. They'll take care of you for some of your things as well. What we got here?
Now,
What we,
now that's offer for lunch is only for Keely, nobody else.
look, Laura says Sammy don't never sleep. That's true. For a young cat, look,
Yeah, Sammy don't sleep. Like I wonder where he gets power naps. But we got to stay on topic, man. We got to stay on topic because
we only
your
got a
stash
handful
thing,
of topics tonight, right? So
it's the same amount of topics that we always do. What are you talking about?
I'm elongating the conversation, trying to get engaged with the folks, and I'm in a weird mood already because listen, today has been Groundhog's Day all over. What is it? Mom said, "Can we do pot pie in the freezer?" What these are the things that's popping up on my screen right now.
I have nothing to do with that, man.
I'm about to
I
have
have
pot pie
nothing to do with
tonight. Let's stay
Okay.
focused. Okay. Google. Oh, Alphabet. Google is trying to be friendly, trying to be helpful. Google is convinced.
No, they're not. They're trying to get you to spend your money.
See, well, again, they say they're convinced that they can help you with some shopping tools, some integrations into the Chrome browser. I'm a big Honey. I'm a big Rakuten. What's the other one? I think those are the two tools that I really.
Wish.
I've used Wish before too, as well, and I use them a lot, especially shopping in Amazon and all that, looking for the best deals, the best prices. But Google is trying to bring in a lot of that functionality directly into Chrome by allowing you to connect your loyalty programs into your Google account. So, irregardless of where you go, they're going to bring the best deals. They're going to tell you if it's in stock or not. They're going to tell you promo codes and things of that nature. You can go into a little bit more detail if you want about the actual context of the story, but I'm interested to see how this is going to work because a high percentage of folks live in Chrome because it's a decent browser. It's got a lot of extensibility, but I don't know. I mean, for me, this just adds another aspect of Google knowing so much about what I'm doing, right? And now you want me to give you my American Airlines. You want me to give you my Target. You want me to give you my this, and this, all the loyalty programs that I belong to, Capital One or whatever, and put it all into your environment. Man, you worse than Uncle Sam, brother. I just paid my taxes, and let me tell you something. Google worse than Uncle Sam right now. So
So
Talk
the
to him.
backstory for
Yeah,
the ones that do
because
not
I
understand
come
what's
out
going on.
of right field, right? You got to keep up. You got to keep up, folks.
Google has announced an open cart reminders for shopping built right into Chrome. It allows you to track your open carts on shopping websites inside the browser without you having to leave the corresponding websites open indefinitely. But the company basically has also introduced a few other shopping features that are worth highlighting, including an option that allows you to connect your loyalty programs, as James was saying, with your Google account to show you the best prices right away. So if you're shopping and you see a price, somehow Google will say, "Hey, don't forget that plane ticket for $59 from San Jose, California to San Francisco is still in your cart." Like, don't forget. Or if you have Starbucks, or if you have um, Best Buy or something like that, as a loyalty program, they're basically saying, "Hey, we can match or show you the better dollar, or what's how do I word it? We can show you what's better, whether it's on their website or whether what we found on the internet." So basically, that's something that Google is saying, or Chrome is saying, that we're now able to do. So it's no different from you being in Amazon saying that this is in your cart. Well, now Chrome is saying we still got you. And it's funny because I'm looking at my phone right now, and excuse me, looking at this monitor right now, and the last thing that I looked up was AppSumo, and sure enough, there's an AppSumo ad right here on my screen as far as an advertisement. So it's kind of freaky because as soon as
Well,
you say something or you Google something, it already tracks
yeah.
what you do. Now, for you to say I bought something and it's sitting in your cart, or you put something in the cart, don't forget that it's here. They want you to spend the money. I don't know how they do this, but it's definitely that artificial intelligence.
Yeah, well,
So
you see the Mini Cooper ad right here. I told you I just bought my daughter a Mini Cooper last. So here we go on my side, man. They watch it. So and that's the thing, right? And what I was trying to highlight while you were talking is, Google is saying the shopping graph is a dynamic AI enhanced model that understands and constantly changing set of products, sellers, brands, reviews, and most importantly, the product information and inventory data that to be more relevant to what your shopping desires and your shopping needs are. So so no one's physically behind the scenes typing this in on a key. It's all AI driven. It's all machine learning, things of that nature. So
right.
it's intelligent, incredibly intelligent, incredibly fast. You literally type something into a search and things start popping up, and Google can start now making recommendations. They're not doing this for free. You know this, folks. So if they're going to
Somebody's
have
paying for it.
exactly, they're going to have all these working relationships and partnerships with those loyalty programs. So they're funneling money from data mining you, the consumer, back to Google/Alphabet, the larger corporation. That just reminded me. I think we need to have a conversation about culture as well, CLTURE, about owning your own social data. Angela Benton who is the CEO for that company. I actually took advantage of them. I used them about 6 months ago, pulled all of my social data from Amazon, Netflix, Google, and a couple other sites, shipped it off to them. They analyzed it. I did get paid for my social data. So there's ways that we can actually get paid for all of this data mining that Google, Amazon, that all these large Apple, and all these large organizations are using. I'll take an action time to bring that up, and it's relevant to this because again, you opt into something like this, and that's a huge conversation right now. Opting into this capability, these larger organizations are going to be mining your information, mining your data, mining your habits, and seeing where you shop. Again, I just bought a Mini Cooper a couple of weeks ago, and boom, it's still showing up here in my sidebar here for some reason they think I want to buy another one, but I don't know.
I don't know, man.
What you gonna
Like I
do?
said,
America
yeah.
is
I mean,
still a capitalist
go.
country, like Laura says there.
You got to remember, Chrome. Everyone knows Chrome. They feel comfortable with Chrome. So
Mm.
all they're doing is integrating what they want, and if they say this is what goes, I mean, how many people are really going to fire off Firefox or use Microsoft Edge? I mean, Google Chrome is a household name, so
Yeah, Firefox is a great browser too. I do like Firefox because they consciously focus on security as opposed to and like limit ad blocking is built in. They've got some pretty cool features for like YouTube. You can download YouTube videos. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff that's built into that. But you're right. More and more people, even as iPhone users, right? We're not using Safari. We're not, because Safari is kind of lacking in terms of functionality. We're using Chrome. No one's using Edge. No one's using the Microsoft Explorer or /Edge browser. You're using the big one out there. You know Google, you know Chrome, so that's the one that you're using on all of your devices. But and I don't know. So this opens up a lot of concerns and questions again about access to individual data. A lot of conversations we've been having lately tend to lead towards privacy, and this just adds into that. There's got to be some type of way of opting in, opting out of having Google know so much about you whenever you're shopping and using their browser.
well, if they do that, I mean, just think about what we've been talking about the last 2 weeks with Apple saying that they want you to opt into their security updates and what they're doing. So, I mean, there's no way to get around what Google is telling you. So it's either you opt in or you're stuck with it, if that makes sense. Unless you use another browser, but once again, Chrome. Okay, Google.
Hold on.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I looked at my as soon as that, but see, look, I automatically looked at my phone as soon as I'm like, oh my god, I hope I didn't, activate it. But if you say it, it's right there. So I mean, it's no different from you talking about the updates that the updates that Apple was demanding of over the last couple of weeks, saying you're going to eventually have to update to our terms of service, or else you're going to lose features. They're just basically saying, hey, I'm going to use this. You're going to use this browser, and we're going to, tell you if you put something in that cart, we're going to remind you. That's what it boils down to.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, Laura, we're gonna give you some props. So you're probably in the minority, but we love it though. You're using Edge and you're using Bing as well. So okay.
Laura, more power to you. I mean, like I said, it's relearning a whole new system.
Yeah.
But once again, the masses are gonna, do what, if it's been integrated with you or you've had it ever since you were in high school or since you were in college. That's the browser that that's what you're going to use.
It's all good. That's all good. You can come to the party. We're not going to kick you out of the cookout.
It's no beat up. No.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
All right, man. Android 12.
A lot of stuff going on. Y'all trying to do some things, huh?
Yeah, but this isn't really new. But basically, they're saying if you go buy their Pixel phone, you can turn it into a car key. It's only for one model right now, which is the BMW. But Apple announced that the iPhone would become a digital car key a year ago.
Right.
And now Google is saying we're going to do the same thing. If you have a select Pixel or a Galaxy phone, you can double it as a car key later this year. Basically, they're saying it's only available for one car, which is the BMW, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know about this. I get it. You got your key fob, you got your key, now you got your phone, and now they're saying the end goal here is to replace your bulky key fob, which already lets you enter a car without removing it from your pocket, with your phone instead, using a new ultra wideband radio to securely tell your car that you're actually standing right in front of it. I think this will be cool maybe 5-10 years down the road. But I think right now where we stand, it's like, it's cool technology. Like, I used to have in the car, one of my previous cars that I had the instant car starter remote. You walk into your car to warm the car up. I had that, one of the flex or, impress a young lady, or, scare somebody, like his car just started by, and then the music was already blasting loud, when I was younger. So, I mean, now you're basically saying I can walk up with my phone and then I can unlock myself and I can, unlock the car door and then I can get in and start it and I have my phone. I don't need my fob. Basically, it's saying you can basically use your phone. I mean, quite naturally, the phone goes everywhere you go. So
Yeah.
quite naturally, this technology, it's here. It's
Yeah.
coming.
Well,
So, I mean, go ahead.
so I've got this technology. So my car has the ability. I can do this as well, and I can tell you that it's neat. It's a great party trick, and there's a lot of things that my car can do that are great party tricks. But I don't use them on a regular, recurring basis. I have used this a couple of times, but for the most part, I don't think it's over. I don't think it's as long as away as you say though. You say 5 years away. I think it's really starting to start coming into fruition because more and more vehicles, more and more car manufacturers are saying, I need more technology. I need to electrify. I need to bring more consumer utility to the vehicle. So how do I make it easier for you to enjoy this driving experience? So I see probably within the next 2 years, to be honest with you, more and more manufacturers offering this capability. And again, remember, this is not all BMWs that are doing this. This is just what their I think it's the i4, the 4 Series, the new sedan that's coming out. Look, it's the wave of the future, brother, and the future is right here. So within the next 2.5 years, we're going to have more and more people having the capability of doing this. Kia, I think, even had something like this. Was it the Kia Soul? One of those little cars had this capability a while ago as well. Didn't really take off because not everyone wants to roll a Kia. No disrespect to them, it gets you to where you need to be, but now
Hey
you
man,
got
those smart cars are the best thing out. I don't care what anybody says. My 7-foot tail will get in one of those little Kia Souls, Sparks, or anything else small because when you get to those events
I would love to
and you
see a
can't find
video of that.
parking, you can park right there on the street and you be like beep beep and pull right on in.
I would love to see a video of that. That's all I'm saying.
I got videos. I thought you saw me at South by Southwest. I was bigger
I
than the actual car.
I did, but
I have to send you a picture.
yeah, we need to bring those back. But back on the topic though,
Lord help me.
it's a party trick, but it's pretty
Right.
cool, right? But again,
It's no different from the instant start. I mean, the only difference is you're using your phone as opposed to
yeah.
you paying, $250 for the instant start, button on your key, on the lock button. You just pay the $250 and the car automatically starts. Now, what would be cool is if it'll pull up, valet for you or pull up to the front of the restaurant. Now that would be pretty
That
cool.
would be dope. That would be kind of dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do that. I'm just saying. I can back the car. I can back the car out of the driveway if I wanted to.
Well, you don't look. People do not want you to start talking about that. So we'll move on to the next topic.
Don't let your boy get to stun. You want to still talk about some of those Android 12 updates though, because
yeah, go ahead. I don't
Google
see the
I/O.
article.
Yeah, so
Go
Google
ahead.
I/O was re-announced today, coming. I think it's next year. So obviously they came out and started talking about some of the cool things that are going to be popping off and jumping off for Android 12 as well. Good stuff, obviously. Good stuff in terms of a release date. Still don't know, but it's out of beta. So whoever was beta testing Android 12, maybe you can chime in and tell us about it. Refreshing the UI is always a good thing, making it more. You're seeing a lot of things getting more of these rounded corners and more softer edges, just in terms of usability and capability. You see Apple doing this as well, but Google really does a nice job with making the operating environment look appealing. So it's glad to see kind of that come in. Always talking about privacy, always talking about security, and Google doesn't talk enough, I think, about privacy and about security because I think they really need to get on that mountain, get on that the soapbox and shout it because they control so much, right? They are the number one and number two search engines on the planet. Google being number one, YouTube being number two, and that's all within the same house. So for them to be able to tout and say, you know what, within our mobile devices, we are now really starting to focus on your privacy and your security, making sure that third parties don't know what you're doing, that you actually have some type of encryption integrated and built in. I think that's a good thing. That's obviously a good thing. Photos, no one's going to really use their. I shouldn't say that.
Well, there was
no one
uses
their phone to make phone calls. Everyone uses their phone to take pictures. So I think it's always a good thing to see them adding mobile manufacturers doing this type of thing. What's that?
I didn't care about it, but it said camera fixes its skin color issues. And cameras in general are notorious for handling the white balance of non-white faces terribly. And the AI hasn't much helped the problem, but Google has been working on better capture and better photography algorithms for darker skin tones, curly hair, and more. Basically, the updates will be coming to Pixel phones and the wider Android ecosystem in the fall.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for us as African Americans, I guess you'll get, they'll show the true color of your skin tone.
You think so? We'll see.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Yeah.
I'll keep having to bring out this LUT that I'm using, this little filter that I'm using to make the skin look smoother than it normally is. So, but those were the main things. Those were the main things: privacy, a revamped UI, always some photo characteristics. Because again, I think the majority of folks we rarely use our phones to make phone calls. We're always out there taking photos and videos. That's always a good thing. But it'd be interesting to see. My son is looking to go back towards the Android platform, so this may be the thing that pushes him over the edge again, because he just loves Android versus iOS. So who knows? Just some of these capabilities that makes you proud, doesn't it? Because you know Isaiah. Let's move on. Messing with my kid.
No, I didn't. Look, I didn't sway his opinion. He made his own decision. He's now said, "Dad, it's time for me to leave the nest, and I'm going with Team Android." And he's a very smart man.
What's wrong with these teenagers today, folks? Good Lord, what's wrong with the teenagers? Talk to us, folks. We got one last story, really, and we got three web pages, but they all kind of integrated into one for one last story. What are your guys' thoughts on kind of what we've talked about thus far? Are you Team Android, Team iOS? Are you looking forward to what's coming out in Android 12?
I don't think nobody cares about Android 12. I think they care more about that battery life on their phone. To be honest with you, I mean, remember, this is for consumers. I mean, we're talking the tech that we're talking maybe a little, I'm not trying to discount anybody, but this might be a little bit over their head, but it's like nobody cares about the updates. Is it something that's like really that I need? And that's why I told you today about the phone battery. This was something that maybe that could be beneficial today. The Android 12 Pixel phone, you could use it to start your car. Like that's, like you said, that's some cool technology once or twice. You're trying to impress somebody, but nobody really cares. And now the Google shopping, like you said, that's something people need to pay attention to.
Yeah,
they really need to, because you're going to be wondering, why is this, why am I constantly seeing this? And once again, Google is going to beat it in your head that this is the new normal. And then, by the end of the year, when Christmas time comes around, it's, oh, I put something in that cart and I don't remember where it is. Oh, yes, you do. It's right there. So
Google's got you. It's saving your cash. Got you. Yeah,
So I think those are things that, like I said, those two topics are really pertinent
Mhm.
to the consumer. I really think that they care about, Microsoft Teams launching all day video calling. I mean, you can do that right now with Messenger and uh, Skype. What else can you use it with? WhatsApp or any or Instagram video calling. You can do that already. So I mean, I don't think people are really too in tune to any of that. And especially with the and this is no disrespect. That's just my thought process on it.
And the reason, and so I'll just interject because that's what I do. The reason I brought up the team story is because everyone video conferencing during the last 14 months has been synonymous with Zoom. Zoom has been
Right.
synonymous with, again, how am I
Right.
going to either do business, how am I going to engage and connect with my family, whatever the case may be. You can't sleep on Microsoft. You just can't. Microsoft is who they are, and they do what they do. It's a darn shame what's happening with Bill and Melinda. That's unfortunate, but Microsoft is Microsoft, and it was a bumpy road launching the personal Microsoft Teams platform. On the business side and the enterprise side, it works not too bad, but again, a free platform to allow you to collaborate, to allow you to have more than four. You can have, I think, up to 50. You can have a lot of folks on the screen at one time. So it's just an option. But again,
Up
in
to
terms of,
100.
well, so look at there you go, it's up to 100, and it's
I think you can do 300, but I know that they said they were going to cut you off
okay.
after 100. So it says you'll be able to meet up with up to 300 people in video calls that can
I don't
last
know
for
300
24
people.
hours.
I don't know 300
Microsoft
people.
will eventually enforce limits of 60 minutes for group calls for up to 100 people after the pandemic, but keep 24 hours for one-on-one calls.
There you go. So consolidation of a lot of other platforms out there. I know you mentioned that folks, yeah, we're used to Instagram, we're used to TikTok, we're used to GroupMe, whomever else that's out there as well. But at least it's good to know the options that are out there, and I find it appealing to know that the bigger companies are out there trying to provide some type of utility and some type of value for people that are looking for this type of connectivity. So,
It's funny that you say it's funny that you say that
yeah.
because I just had a business call with our good friends over at J5 Create, and they
Mm-hmm.
recommended a Microsoft Teams call over a Zoom call.
Okay.
And I had problems actually trying to log in, believe it or not, because I don't use Microsoft Teams and I don't use Zoom.
Yeah.
My thing is we're going to use WhatsApp
Yeah.
and we make it work, or we'll
Right.
just chat via email or a phone call.
Mm. Did he go away? I should take a screenshot of that because that's a great image right there. I don't know. Look at
I'm not
my.
sure if I froze. Oh,
There you go.
okay.
You're back.
Oh,
You're back.
okay. As I was saying, now would I be wrong if I just fired off the little blooper thing where we froze up? But to stay on topic, I like how you just play it off like nothing ever even happened. Um,
I got a great poker face, brother. I got a great poker
man,
face. Great poker face. Go ahead.
mm, um, as I was saying, I found it quite surprising that they chose Microsoft Teams over Zoom. That was very surprising to me. Because, like I said, most companies have gone to Zoom and they say that this is the method of choice. And for them to say, hey, let's have a business call, they chose Microsoft Teams. I, I was not familiar with it.
Yeah.
And with me not being familiar with it, I had to do a quick crash course on how to get it activated, how to get my camera up and running. Which you think you just log into the link, you type in your password, and you're there.
Yeah.
Some type of security setting kicked in, and I had to figure it out real quick, and we were able to resume our normal business. So
Yeah. Yeah, Teams
I
is not
think
as intuitive as Zoom is, to be honest with you, and I use it on a daily basis. It's not as intuitive, but it's really decent for collaboration. So integrating SharePoints, integrating wikis, integrating content management, a whole bunch of things like that. That's where it's going. So that's a good portion of what Microsoft is trying to do with Teams. But yeah, Zoom is still the leader. And quick conversations, kind of like you were saying, the quick social apps that you get on your phone, the WhatsApps and the group meets, things like that. They get the job done. They just really do. Google Meets. I'm still a big Google Meet guy, so I really like that. So there you go. Yeah, so Keely tried to get the screenshot of when you froze because I was still going and I was loving seeing you just stuck in purgatory there. That's a bad. I shouldn't have said purgatory. Oh well. Next story.
all good.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. You had a story where you talked about Amazon, Spotify, and
Yeah.
Apple Music, and they just released something. I didn't quite understand this story, so maybe you could assist me because it was like you're already playing music and you're telling me that you're going to give me a better quality of sound.
Yeah.
Um, can you break that down for me? Because I don't get it. Because I'm thinking if I'm paying for a subscription service, I'm thinking that you're going to give me the best quality, but now you're telling me that I'm not getting the best quality, but now you're going to get the best quality with this HiFi. So I don't know. You sent this to me.
No,
I
that's
would love I would love to understand it a little bit better.
no, that's a good valid point as well. So I'll go into it. So literally at the exact same time, I mean within hours of each other, Amazon, Spotify, Apple came out and said, you know what? We're going to start offering all of our subscribers higher quality, higher bit rate, lower latent, just more audiophile focused types of services. So and lossless audio is where so higher bit rates than kind of typically what you're getting right now. I think it's very interesting. Again, I got the man with the Minute Maid in his hand. I should have probably told him that I was bringing him back on camera. Keely, you should have got that screenshot.
So what is lossless audio?
It's really something that the majority of folks aren't going to take advantage of, to be honest with you. It's really for the discerning ear. It's for the one who is looking for that 3.1, 5.1, maybe even 7.1 type of experience with music. And let me park this in my brain as well. Next week, when we have Derek Floyd from IK Multimedia, he can have this conversation with us as well because he is within that industry, right? Audio and video, technophile, and things like that. So he can have this conversation on a more constructive basis. But it's really that, really higher bit rate, more not just loud, but more clarity, more separation of everything that's on the track, on the mixing board. You can hear the instruments more clear. You can hear the vocals clear. And again, it's not just loudness. It's more the clarity type of thing. So all of the major platforms were announcing this, but it's only available to those of you who, or those of us who already subscribe to a premium service. So if you subscribe to Amazon Music and already pay for a subscription, you're going to get this capability. If you subscribe to Spotify Premium, not the free version, you're going to get this capability as well. And you have to be a member to have Apple Music, so you're going to have capabilities as well. Not every song within the catalog is going to have this capability. So,
But time out because you're talking technical. I even Googled lossless audio and I still don't get it because to me it's a song. And when I hear a Beyonce, I hear a Too Short, I hear a Pink, I hear a Bruno Mars. The song is the song, right? I mean, you're talking about
so
what?
So we're talking about coming over the air, and Keely, I'm gonna bring up your statement as well because that was next in what I was talking about. So also consider that audio file traveling across the internet because it's a streaming service. But think about the compression piece, right? You've got to compress that audio file down into a usable size that can actually be streamed effectively without being buffered. Remember the old days when we had buffering going on the internet? Now everyone's got great internet services, so they don't have that. Geez, you flashed back and said Napster, but that's right? So now we don't have to worry about that. Everyone, quote unquote, the majority of folks have a really great internet connection. They have a really great mobile connection as well. So remove some of that compression within the audio file and actually stream the content to the user the way that the artist created it, without lowering the levels, without lowering the effectiveness of the individual tracks on the mixer. That's what Lossless provides. A great point that needs to be made as well, and again, Keely brought this up, and I was going to talk about this. Yeah, you may have the subscription to Apple Music, or you may have the subscription to Spotify Premium, but you got to have the peripherals as well. A lot of folks have the old school AirPods. They're not going to be able to hear the difference. They're not going to hear the spatial audio piece. Like right now, there's some Netflix offerings, and there's some specific offerings within the Apple Music Store that allow you to have spatial audio capability, again, where you can turn your head and you can actually hear the sound coming at you from different directions. You can actually hear it. And me and my son have tried this, and it's pretty darn cool. But the old school AirPods won't allow you to do that. The new over-the-ear Apple headphones, the $600 ones, won't allow you to do that when you can connect it just through Bluetooth. You got to have a cable to do that. The only ones out of the gate right now are the AirPod Pros, and Apple is launching some new Beats wireless headphones that will have this capability in it as well. So that's a caveat that not everyone is probably aware of. Thank you, Keely, for bringing that up again. I was going to mention that, but you're going to have the capability of having less compressed, higher quality audio coming from these music services, but you're not going to be able to take advantage of it if you don't have the proper infrastructure in place as well. So if you're using the old school AirPods, the longer ones in the ears, you're not going to get it. If you're using those big $600 AirPod Maxes and trying to go wireless with it, you're not going to get that capability. So you're going to have to buy a cable, or you're going to have the new AirPod Pros or the new Beats headphones. It's convoluted, it's complex. I saw you just sent me something about lossless video. I was trying to watch the comments
audio
as well.
file, compressed lossless audio files, and compressed lossy audio files. And I didn't know if you wanted to put that on the screen or not, but you don't have to. But basically, I tried to Google what is a lossless audio file, and basically it just says it contains 100% of the audio data. They offer the highest quality sound, but they also result in large file sizes. The two most popular formats of lossless audio files are WAV and AIFF, which is audio interchange file format. So with that being said, I was just trying to get a quick definition of what lossless audio was. I know we are all probably accustomed to MP3s as opposed to WAV or AIFF,
which again is a compressed format. So think JPEG versus PNG versus vector versus SVG, that as well. So for the photographers out there, and I'm gonna bring this comment up here as well. This is a great comment about the pros versus the cons of having this capability. Are you listening to it as a musician? Maybe not. Majority of consumers aren't, and they're fine with regular MP3 compressed format because you can download music faster with a spotty Wi-Fi signal like we talked about earlier. But think of the whole analogy of a photo. JPEG versus PNG versus SVG versus a vector versus whatever, right? The compression rate versus RAW, right? RAW format, RAW files are huge files. You got all the data, all the full color gamut, right? And you can tweak that, and you can really be more prescriptive in terms of what that provides. Those JPEGs and those PNGs that we put out on social media, they're those small X kilobyte files that really are very easily transferable, but you can't manipulate those because you lose a lot of the depth. You lose a lot of the behind the scenes aspect of those photos. Exact same thing when it comes to music files, right? So being able to hear the crash of the cymbal, being able to hear specifically when J. Cole hits that note. I just grabbed him out of the side of my head because I'm listening to him, listen to his new album. But that's the thing right there, right? So being able to hear it as a musician, where you got the Bose system, where you got the Blaupunk or the Nakamichi, versus if you just got the Pioneer or the Techniques. No knock to them either as well. But again, just kind of an apples to apples conversation. The majority of folks aren't going to care, but it's the real discerning ear. It's the aficionado.
It's the Keeley that says Tallboy's audio is cutting out, and we don't know why. He needs to fix his microphone. So,
this is cool. So I didn't even look at Keely's message, and she brought it up too about photos. See, that's that Ecamm fam. We right in the line, brother. You better come on over to the Ecamm side. Me and Keely are.
I'm not coming over to Mac, so stop while you're ahead.
Well, let me see here. Lossy compressed audio has tiny little pieces taken out, so the sound isn't as detailed. Does it matter for most of us? No, but when you do get exposed to CD quality stuff, damn. Look, I didn't even see her comment. We hitting on all cylinders around here, folks.
Yeah, but as Hit the Spot 1006 said, is that something? Is it only for musicians, or is it just for the average person who has Spotify or Amazon or Apple Music? Like, will you really be able to tell a major difference? I mean, because you're paying for, you're getting it now because you already are paying for you're paying for the subscription.
You will hear it,
but you should have already had it. That's the thing. Like, why were you not already getting it?
It's a user experience thing. So again, I can't talk
for it. Like,
no, you're not.
And I know you don't know. I'm not beating you up, but my thing is to Spotify, Amazon, and Apple Music. If someone is paying for a premium service, we're not going to talk about this story, but HBO is now saying that they now have a new tier where they will allow you to pay $10.99 a month, and you can get commercials. And it's like, why would you make me pay for commercials if I've already had your service?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense, So I don't know.
So I disagree with you on the part that you're already paying for. What you're paying for is access to unlimited streaming capability without commercials. That's what you're paying for when you buy Pandora One, when you buy Spotify Premium, when you subscribe to Apple Music and Amazon HD, whatever they call it. Tidal was the only streaming service out the gate that gave you lossless HiFi, as they called it, audio, and they charged more than everyone else. I think everyone else was $9.99. Tidal came out at $11.99. I don't even know if they're still around, but needless to say, that was their catch, right? They were going for the audio file. They were going for the real speaker junkie, right? The one who knew what music sounded like and wanted to have that higher bit rate and higher quality audio sound. So that was their catch. Now this is just a whole nother this is a whole nother offering that they're giving their subscribers. I would have had a problem if they raised the price on this, but the fact that they're saying, you know what, now the majority of folks who have these kinds of services have a great internet connection, have a great Wi-Fi plan. We're going to dial it back a little bit in terms of the restrictions and actually allow you to have this access to these higher bit rate, larger files, uncompressed types of files. If they had started charging you more for it, that would have been a problem. But the fact that they're throwing it in, I think it's a decent thing. Most folks aren't going to notice it. You are going to notice it every now and then. You notice it when you're listening on your mobile device and you have the right headphones. And again, I've noticed it watching some Netflix shows and listening to a handful of songs on Apple Music, to where, again, as you're turning your head, you've got that spatial audio. It's pretty cool. It's that whole 5.1, 7.1 type of dynamic of being able to have music come at you from different directions. hit the spot 1006 and saying title service. Yes, he still listens to us. I didn't even know if they were still around, but it's a story that I brought up because again, it brings confusion, and kind of like it brought confusion to you. Why are you bringing this to me when I thought I probably should already had this? But the rationale behind the fact that you didn't have this out the gate was because wireless networks probably weren't ready. You as a consumer, didn't know what you didn't have, and weren't going to take advantage of it anyway. Now that you know, you're more of an educated consumer, and now that the networks are 5G capable, now we can actually start bringing you some of this goodness in terms of music quality. So
I get it.
yeah. Whew, man, I definitely need to go to the gym tonight. I'm hot and bothered. Golly.
I don't know about that one, but
Yeah.
hey, these are your tech stories. For
Hey, but
the
I do know
week.
about this. You were just asked about your hat. Where's your little hat at, brother? You know,
What hat? You
Yo,
talking about
your
what
little
hat?
hat. Mom is asking about. She said you could
Now,
have
look,
gone.
I was just trying to be a team player because it was Cinco de Mayo. I mean, that was a one-time thing. I probably will not put that back on again until
Man,
maybe next year if we're
next year.
still.
Watch your tone now. If we still what online, we gonna take this to the mountain.
We got to get some endorsements for me to put that hat back on.
Well, I should stop talking because every time I talk, I say how much I hate Mark Zuckerberg, or how I gotta watch what I say. Then, okay, I gotta be. We may get something from IK Multimedia because shouts out to, like I say, the brother Derek Floyd. We
Yeah,
gonna have
so
him.
can you talk about that real quick? Next week we have a guest that you have partnered with or that you're working with,
Yeah,
and can you talk about what they're doing?
yeah. So IK Multimedia, folks, if you're not aware, they are audio and video products, peripherals. There's going to be a great person to bring up this whole conversation as well about lossless video and higher quality video and things of that nature. So he's going to come on and talk to us about products in their catalog and what they're offering. They've got a lot of microphones for mobile devices. They've got a lot of speakers for your desktop situation, speakers for your studio situation as well. So just equipment that can be used from an audio and a video perspective. Microphones, right? They've got some pretty nice microphones. I actually hooked up with them a number of years ago and went on one of our trips to CES, used their mobile microphones tied directly into my mobile phone. And I don't know where he went. He just turned his camera off. But again, being able to connect into your mobile phone with some of their mobile cameras and some of their mobile microphones and things of that nature, and be able to do sound recordings, high quality sound recordings and things of that nature. So like I say, Derek Floyd will be with us next week. We tried to get it going this week, but it was my fault. I had some personal things that caused us not to effectively get going. That's why we were late today. I will take that brunt on my shoulders, and but it should be a great show. Next week we'll be at our regularly scheduled bat time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 on the East Coast. Look forward to you guys joining us. We are going to, who knows, we may give something away. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Maybe I'll do a promotion with Preston So, or I'll do a promotion with see if J5 Curate still likes us. And I know I've been kind of negligent in some reviews that I had to do, but I'll get them done. Tallboy has left the building. He is not even in the backstage area of the environment, so I don't know if that's something wrong with his fiber connection, if he's fallen off the planet. I don't know if he fell asleep at his desk or not, but I'm going to put it to y'all like this. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to see what's wrong with my guy, make sure that he's cool. I'm going to call him on his phone. As always, you know what we try to do. We come talk about news that's current in terms of consumer technology. Tallboy brings really kind of that the conversation piece about how it's relevant to everyone. And I'm really here just to ad lib I'm here to bring about an ask the why question, ask the how question, and kind of just be that one that's making you ask the question of why should you buy this and why should you not buy this. So we have a great yin and yang, and the conversation is always good. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm hearing that the man is back there touching buttons, and again, that's why he's not producing right now, because he get to touching buttons and always trying to be fancy. He was trying to probably put on a laugh track or something to make fun of me, and this is nothing but the devil getting at him. So I'll probably hear about that a little bit later. Laura, thank you for that. Yeah, I'm just reporting, but at the end of the day, it's enlightening, entertaining, and providing some great content for you guys. Hopefully we're doing that. Give us some feedback in terms of what we're doing. Make sure we're doing it right. We're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing this for you. Outside of that, look, be good to yourself. Take care of yourself. We will see you next week on The Lab. Be good, y'all.